Look who I have here. We're going to debate about should you take 2 lenses on your travels or only one? And we might be a bit different. Well, he blew it already. Coming up. Hi there, my name is Forsgard. I am a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland, and he is Matti Sulanto, another professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland.
Hi guys.
So how you been? We haven't been making videos together for a long time.
I've been good, but it's nice to be here visiting your channel for a while after such a long time.
Yeah, my pleasure to have you on my channel. You always have some good opinions, even though I not always agree with you, but that's the whole point of this video. I know that you are a kind of like a one camera, one lens guy. Why?
Well, I guess because I'm a simple man. I like simple things, and that's why I prefer simple camera gear.
Yeah, I partially agree with you about this, and the different thing is that I agree on the part that limiting yourself will make you learn, because you have to kind of like go over obstacles. You have to figure out how I can do this with the lens that I have. I think that part is good. But then on our travels, why limit yourself when you're actually making those images? Why not have all the possibilities that you can achieve with different lenses?
Well, I don't see it quite like that, because I don't think you can ever capture everything. It's not always possibility, it's a limitation. When I have too much gear with me, then I'm just fiddling with my gear, spending more time with my gear instead of concentrating on photography. And I think that's limiting me sometimes. But of course it depends on the situation. But I suppose now we're talking about personal travels and stuff like that.
Yes.
If I was on assignment for a magazine, for example, of course I would have 2 cameras and maybe 3-4 lenses or something like that.
That's true. And that was a good point, because we're talking about personal travel. And of course it differs if you are, what's that?
I don't know.
There's a bird. There's a bird.
Bird means bird crap.
Yeah. Let's go to another place. So is that yours?
That
Have you bought it?
That is mine. Yes.
Oh yeah, you actually bought it with your own money.
Sort of, yes.
Okay, where was I? The bird interrupted my thought. We were talking about personal travel, and of course if you are photographing birds and you have a photocentric trip, you might take more stuff with you. But what we're more talking about are the laser trips. You go to some place, having a holiday, what should you carry? Of course it's up to you. I'm not saying that you should not have 10 lenses if you feel like it. But like Matti said, I partially agree about the thing that it might distract you if you have too much gear. You're concentrating on the gear too much. But on the other hand, if you want to do some bird photography on a laser trip, you're in a place where there are a lot of birds, and why not take the longer lens with you for that? And then use that, because you can always have all the lenses with you and then just choose one for the day. That could also be, even though I'm not suggesting to leave all the expensive gear to your hotel room, that could be a bad thing too, but it's a possibility. It depends on, of course, the hotel and the place and everything.
It's a possibility, I guess. I think I'm talking about only...
Speechless.
Yes, I am. I'm talking about myself now, and I know pretty much what I want to photograph, and I know that I can, get by with this, for example, with this Ricoh GR only. I know that already, so it's a decision for me. And please don't misunderstand me, but I think that the more inexperienced you are, the more gear you tend to take with you.
Yeah.
But please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying you are a bad photographer if you take more gear, but I think if you know what you want, then you can get by with less gear. That's what I think.
Exactly. I totally agree on that, because I have had trips with family where I had a lot of gear with me way back when I started out. So I totally agree with that, and that is something, that's why I always say that, having a one lens and a one camera, a couple of small, just minimize your gear will teach you. But when you go on a trip, I would take a bit more than just one lens and one camera, even though I have done that many times. still, I think, and the thing, like you said, that you know what you can do with that, because if you're using the same lens for a long time, you tend to see things with that field of view or with that lens. Yes. That's something that you have said many times on your videos.
Yes, and I know what I'm talking about. I traveled 9 months with only one camera and one lens. I sometimes used my phone camera too, but I only had one camera, one lens for 9 months, and I was never unhappy. I was so pleased to have that combination with me, and I never really wanted anything more, and it made me feel really good, and I never had to think which camera, which lens to take with me when I go out. I just took the one that I had and I made some really incredible pictures. I think they are incredible. I don't know what you would think.
I was just going to ask. Yeah, I know they are good. Yeah, but let's say they're good. No, they're excellent. But should we switch some to another location just to make it video more interesting?
Yes. And
talk about the workshop?
Yes, the workshop. Which camera do you have?
I have the EM10 Mark II with the 17mm.
Such a big camera.
No, it's not. But one thing I want to ask you, can you cope without the viewfinder, EVF? It's only LCD.
I can, sometimes it's a problem, but I'm willing to accept it because this is such a tiny camera.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would like to have a viewfinder.
Yeah, because that's something that I was...
Yeah, I'm a viewfinder guy, so basically I like viewfinders, but I can cope with this because I can forgive it because this is such a small camera with such an amazing other qualities.
Of course, that's always something.
Yes.
About the workshop, it's finally reality.
It is.
Yeah, and it's all about personal development, your personal development.
Personal storytelling.
Yeah, that's true. And we're limiting the amount of participants to 10, so we have time for every one of you to
10.
have one-on-one sessions. Of course, we have daily assignments and we're all gonna photograph together. We're gonna have lectures together every morning, and
we're gonna keep you busy with the assignments.
Oh yes, very busy. It's gonna be a busy week, but we will have some fun and some dinners together and some nice trips around Helsinki.
Yes.
Everything you need to know you can find from this URL.
Is it on my face?
Yeah, it's right there on his face. But let's continue with our topic today.
Onko joku agenda, mitä
Mä ajattelin heittää tästä mestasta.
No niin, heitä.
It's a pretty awesome park, I think. You've done some videos here too.
Yes, I've done a few videos here.
Me too. I like to come here. It's by the sea, and then this area that you see back there, it's one of those areas where there are a lot of embassies. There's the US embassy, the UK embassies over there, and some others I don't even know. And some residential places too.
The most expensive area in Finland.
Oh yeah, those properties, they are more than properties on Manhattan.
I suppose
they are more expensive. It's totally ridiculous.
But it's an awesome park.
Oh yeah.
And lots of activities in summer. But
and actually during winter too, there is a big hill where you can ride the sleighs and stuff.
Yeah.
That's something we should do next winter, to come here and make video about that.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it.
Yeah. What about you? What do you like to carry when you go on your holidays? Or do you ever do any photo-centric trips where photography is the main thing and not spending time with the family? What are your preferences? Usually what I take when I go, almost every trip I have most likely a zoom and a fast prime, and the fast prime is for those night moments. You walk around in the city and look at the sights, and it's nice to take some tourist shots and postcard shots just for a memory. And then a zoom is really convenient for that. And then you go to a hotel, maybe change some clothes, have some nice dinner. I like to take the prime lens. Sometimes it's 17 and 25, like I had the video. I think it's over there this time. But what about you?
I'm gonna take one lens, one camera, or maybe this Ricoh, which is one lens, one camera basically. I'm that kind of a shooter. I very seldom take anything else, but just one camera, one lens. Maybe if it's a really like a long trip I probably would take maybe this Ricoh and then maybe my Sony and one prime for that.
So 9 months is not a long trip for you?
No, it's not that long.
It's a short trip.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
prefer something longer actually.
If you go like 10 months, then you have that too, right?
Yeah, like a backup or so.
I'm out of the frame because I'm like,
Yeah, you go out.
no, I won't. It's my channel. Now we talked quite a bit. Should we take a few images or one image each in the park or from the park?
Okay.
What would you photograph from here now?
I have to look around a bit.
Of course.
I have one idea already, but
So do I.
because I didn't expect this. So I want to look around a little bit.
Of course.
But
you have 30 seconds.
okay,
No,
that's
all right.
30 seconds is plenty.
Look around and then you can have the couple hours taking the image. No, I know you're I know you're fast. So
I can't quite decide if I should take a vertical or horizontal. I don't take enough vertical pictures usually. Maybe I'm gonna go with the vertical today. There it is.
kamera käy vai? I think I'll do one here. I have the door and the buildings in the back. Let's see how this turns out. I had a 17mm and yet again 25 would have been better for me on this one. So I'm not sure if it's perfect, but I was lucky that there was one person walking in the photo, so I got something else than just the scenery. There's one person in the photograph. Yeah, what else? Is there anything that you think that we should have or should have covered? I can answer them in the comments down below. But I think we've got this covered quite a few, but I think the limitation is the key. Sometimes you just need to limit yourself. Nothing wrong with having a lot of gear. I do, because of course I do professional work. I need all kinds of gear.
Well, like you said before, if you plan to shoot maybe birds or whatever wildlife, then you probably need a long lens. But it depends on the situation.
But I think this was a nice discussion, and I hope it was kind of like useful for you too. And thanks so much for being on my channel.
Thanks, and check out the workshop.
Oh yeah, exactly. Check out the workshop and the video about the 17 versus 25. You can watch it from there. But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.
Bye, guys.